Welcome again. This is Teresa Barron, and I am your host for the Real Tea Talk, where we spill the tea. You know, we're about to give you some fabulous information, but before I do, I want to quickly give the compliance piece, which is my broker number. I am a licensed broker in the state of Ohio. My broker number is 2010002720. Today's guest is going to spill the tea on building, not through the builder, but building on your own lot or in a lot that is located through someone like myself or my brokerage, the real estate company that can help you find the lot so that he can build. This gentleman, I have known him for probably 25 years. Matter of fact, one of his nieces actually works with me, and she didn't understand that I had sold him a house. She had no idea because she was too young to even really realize what was going on. So it was kind of a surprise to her. Right. But this gentleman's name is Chris Green. He owns two companies. One of them is an investment company, meaning it's there to really make money. They're all to make money, but an investment company in that they invest in the real estate and then improve it and then are looking for a large return. And the other is a construction company. Now I'm going to give you the names of these companies, and I'm going to look down just to make sure I got it right. It's Green and Gray Investments. And then we also have Carpenter's Son Construction, which is the one I'm more familiar with. So welcome our guest, Chris Green. Hey, Chris, thank you for coming in. We're lucky to have you.
Well, I appreciate you having me, Teresa. It's always a pleasure to be a part of your business and all the things that you're trying to do for the community. I really appreciate you having me here. And like you said, I've been knowing you for a long time.
Long time. Goodness. You
was representing me on my first house, one of my first houses, and we thank God for that. So.
Oh, it was a blessing. Yeah, when you hear Chris talk, just know he got a little pastor in him too. He come from the church too, you know, and so you never know where you notice his name of his business is Carpenter's Son. Right. So he does reference, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He Amen. Brings him up Amen. On a regular basis. Amen. So I'm going to let Chris talk a little bit about, what he does and the advantages or the disadvantages to building with a tract builder versus what you do.
Well, first of all, my name is Chris Green. I'm married. My wife's name is Michelle. I have 3 sons and 2 granddaughters. And first thing is, when you talk about buying a real estate, Teresa knows a lot of this, but when you're talking about building yourself, there's guidelines that you can go by and a format that you can go by that will kind of save you money versus buying it already built from a larger builder. In my case, I seek out lots and then purchase them myself, and then I do all the research such as sewer and water taps, utilities on the lot. And if you do it that way yourself, you can save a whole lot more money when you're trying to build your own house to live in. And also you can do this even if you want to try to buy and sell and improve your finances also. So there is a game plan that we try to do to enhance and help others save a little money and get a real quality home.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome because right now, when you're looking at new builds, I mean, the costs have gone. You really can't get into a new build with decent quality, decent size. First of all, they're moving way out. Yeah. Way out. I mean, it might take you 35, 40 minutes to get into the city. Mm-hmm. So if you work there, you're spending, an hour and a half. In some cities, that's not a big deal. But in our city, we used to, getting around 25 minutes right. from ear to ear. But now we're going 15, 20 miles out mm-hmm. to get to some raw land. And, whereas we can build in the city. Sure. We can build in the city. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, I purchased most of my lots here in the Columbus urban area, actually. I got a couple lots in the Linden area, South Linden. I purchased 3 lots in the South End, Parsons and Hozak area, down mm-hmm. there where Buckeye Steel used to be.
Right, urban, y'all. For y'all who are not familiar with right. Central Ohio, he's talking about the urban lots. Right. What does a lot run these days, just in terms of a buildable lot?
Yeah, it varies. I've been coming across some lots from 10,000 15,000,
Yep.
20,000, 30,000. So I haven't purchased any above 30,000. So I would say the average cost for a lot would be between 20 and 30,000.
Okay,
in the inner city.
Yeah, that's awesome. So here's another question. How do we finance? Maybe you can shed some light on what kind of money do we need to have to get you to start building?
Well, I would say this, if you have an idea that you would like to build and you don't know how to go about it, obviously get in touch with you, Teresa.
Yeah.
And then Teresa can get in touch with me. But we could do some research as far as buying a lot. Like I said, the lots are not that expensive. But once you sort of have some type of design, home design, we can supply you with an architect who can help you design it, or if you already seen a design or seen someone's home or your childhood home that you like, we can enhance that and change that and make it open concept. But the process is not that hard.
People think it is, though.
Yeah, a lot of people really did. And I used to think it was hard, too, until I did all the research. And, like I'm a licensed general contractor, both commercial and residential.
Wow.
So there's guidelines that I can walk people through and be a liaison for them at no cost, doing something for the community.
Yes.
Helping take a look, realty company. But you can do it. It's really not that hard. The cost is not that bad either. I know they always tell you a certain amount per square footage. We don't price our construction that way, because that can kind of scare somebody or sticker shock somebody. So we try to do a personal one-on-one,
right?
See the needs, see the concerns,
right?
It could be a single mother with 2 kids, 3 kids. So there's some investing that we may even do ourselves, or some upgrades that we can do ourselves. But the average home, I say, for me to build, maybe like a 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 1,600 square feet, you're looking probably like 220,000.
220. Do y'all hear that? Yeah. In our city, the average, and I know it's bigger around the country, it's hard to get less than 220 for a brand new build. Mm-hmm. But, around the country, it's, we're about 410 or so. Mm-hmm. And right now, the builders themselves, the tract builders, are behind 2 million homes. Mm-hmm. Have you heard that, Chris?
Yeah, I heard them.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Behind 2 million homes, which is why they can charge these astronomical prices. Exactly. And I almost got to it to say that in our city, the base house, you just might as well take that up 100,000, because really all you got is 4 walls and some floors and a roof.
That's true.
You missing a lot of stuff. It certainly doesn't look like the pictures. So, but when you deal with Chris,
right,
it's going to look like the pictures.
Exactly. And exactly. Go ahead.
Yo, you're going to make it look, without them having to add this upgrade, that upgrade, because the material, it's not that much more expensive to make it cute.
Exactly. And we, whenever we do partner up with someone or a client, we try to, have them some type of input in there, the colors and things like that. There's always a base price of materials, but we try not to, a lot of times if someone is financing their own bill, if they got a construction loan, then they can get everything themselves. We'll get it under roof, the drywall, 2x4s, all the basic building components. But when you go into the decor items, such as the floors, the cabinets, the tile, if they're having a construction loan, then they can pick out whatever they want, and pay for it. But if we're investing, trying to help someone with our investment side of our business, then we can work together, and what we'll present, different colors or different
options.
Types. And it won't be the markup is not that big. No, it's not that big. It's a little markup. It probably won't even be a markup because because I know that's how some of these builders, these tract builders, get more money out of people. But the average tile for a shower and the kitchen, it could go up, but a lot of times it's all in this average range of $4 a square foot or something. $4 a square foot. That's good to know. That's really, really good to know. So the typical construction, you're saying a 1,600 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2 full bath. Does that now, when we dig a basement, what's the cost to dig a basement these days in our area? Now with the basement, sometimes you got to be careful with the basement. It all depends on your sewer. Once you do the research on your sewer, because some sewers, which I've ran into this here, my last 2 houses that I built, the sewer are not underneath it wouldn't be underneath the basement floor. It's coming halfway into the basement.
Oh.
So you couldn't have no bathroom unless you have a Santa Flow pump or some type
else.
of pump. Yeah. So, but you could still have a basement. It's just that now, the bathroom down there a little bit different.
Some technical stuff.
Yeah, which would add cost to that. But on the average, another 15 to 20,000 for a basement.
15 to 20,000. That's good. Now, and what do you recommend in terms of foundation? Do you prefer block or poured, or what's the, talk to us about that?
I guess either one has its advantage and disadvantage. I guess because I'm quite sure you've been in the real estate for years, and you've seen houses. You go in the basement, you could see obviously the blocks. You see cracks. Even in the poured walls, you'll see sometime cracks. So it's just what their preference are. I personally take block because if, let's just say, something do happen down the road, you can repair block a little bit better than you can repair poured walls.
So have you seen? I've never seen a poured wall fail or have some problems. You seen them have problems?
Well, yeah, you'll see cracks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking poured was the game. So you spilling the tea there.
It's good, but at the same time, over time, once they start selling, they
don't necessarily hold.
Yeah, it all depends on the company and how
well they do it.
Exactly,
okay,
exactly.
See, it's important. What I'm learning right now is a whole lot. So, Chris, I want you to share with our audience some takeaways. I want you to spill some tea on some things you want folks to understand about, new construction, or maybe a remodel, or maybe getting into, tract homes. Just give them your knowledge. Give them something that's going to help them, in their decision process, because it's a challenge. And they don't know,
Right.
They really don't know. We just really want to give them something. So go ahead and spill the tea.
Well, I would say, not to try to, it's just my opinion. And I know Teresa, she's been in real estate for a long, long time, and she knows the ins and outs of, houses and things to look for and things not to look for to try to assist in her clients. But for me, I've been a contractor, an investor for years. 10 years ago, I started buying the Columbus Land Bank homes, and I started there, and then I built my wealth up to, kind of get away from the remodeling. But far as you just got to be careful when you go to, in my case, or my opinion, when you go to buy a rehab, you have to rehab. There's always concerns or something going to come up. I felt that I should go into new builds because once I did the research, I saw that if you can buy a house, because there's long gone the $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 house, you can buy them. You got to buy a house now to rehab $120,000
or
if
better,
not more.
Yeah.
So, but I've done my research. I'm looking at, I can get on the roof probably for $125,000.
Wow.
And then go from there. So, but I would be willing to help anyone who's desiring to, build and assist Teresa in new builds. But it's an easy process. It's not as hard as you think, and you can get better bang for your buck, I would say, if you do a new build, because it's all new. You don't have to worry about it for 5, 10, 15 years.
Wow.
It's all new. So that's one of the things I would suggest and recommend that you do purchase a new build.
I love it. Well, you did give them some tea. So we really, really appreciate this. And I'm so excited. I guess I would want to know, in terms of how we get started, should they start with you? Should they start with me? How should they start?
Well, definitely you. Start with you, because I wouldn't take no business away from you. But you could just go online, because I'm quite sure you have insights on lots.
Lots, yes.
From wherever, suburbs, inner city, everywhere. That would be the first recommendation I would do. Look online, look with Teresa, to get a lot. Once you find a lot, you know the address or parcel number, then she can send it to me, and then I can do the research far as the sewer and the water utilities. Mainly, you definitely want to make sure about the sewer and the water lines, you know, because that's before you do anything. Before you buy a lot, make
right.
sure.
It's got to have city water and sewer. Yes.
Yes. Or if you don't, then you will run into where you have to have a well and a septic. And
Lord.
Then you don't want to get into that.
That's this water's nasty anyway.
Right. But the key is once you desire and see a lot, you want to do the sewer, and then I can email the utilities down to the city of Columbus, and then they can tell me if there's a sewer already there.
Yes.
Or Y or whatever, a Y connection. If there's not a Y connection or not an existing sewer, then we can get the drawings to show where you can do a sewer tap.
Right.
Now, obviously, if it's sewer there already, it's just a reconnection fee. But if you have to do a tap, obviously, a little bit more money. Not as bad as people think, you know, because it all depends on who you're working with. And we have a good team together that we can try to keep the costs down for our people.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm going to be calling you myself because you know I got that project on Mount Vernon Avenue.
Right.
And I think you would be the perfect person, honestly.
Sure.
For me, it's like, that's my next thing.
Sure.
So I'm excited here to have Chris in our presence because he's a wealth of information, knowledge. You know, we really, you know, our goal is always to definitely make sure that we get that knowledge out on a timely basis and make sure that that knowledge is presented as it should be. We are here to educate, inspire, and activate that imagination in you so that you know that if he can do it, you also can do this thing, and he would be here and so will I to support your goals and your missions. So this is Teresa Barron. I am so happy to have you come on to the show today and just spill the tea. You know that's what we're about, right. Spilling that tea. And, you know, if there's anything in the world that we can do for you, we definitely want you to get in touch. Thank you so much for coming through this afternoon. We'll see you on the next one. It's Teresa Barron with The Real Tea Talk.